What if I told you that the very foods you've been eating to save your health are actually the silent triggers sabotaging your metabolism before you even leave the house in the morning? You've been told these are superfoods, that they are clean, and that they are the key to unlocking consistent energy. But for millions of people, they are doing the exact opposite. They are creating a hidden state of insulin resistance, clogging your liver, and ensuring that your body stays locked in a fat-storing mode rather than a fat-burning mode. Most doctors won't tell you this because they are looking at the wrong markers, but today I am going to expose the 3 most deceptive health foods that are destroying your metabolic engine every single morning, and, more importantly, exactly what you need to do to fix it. Right now, I want you to stop and type the word metabolism in the comments below to lock this commitment into your brain. Hit the like button so this warning reaches more people who are struggling, and subscribe to this channel immediately, because the information I'm about to share is the difference between struggling for years and finally taking control of your biological health. When we talk about metabolism, most people think it's just about how many calories you burn at the gym, but that is a massive misunderstanding of how the human body actually works. Your metabolism is a complex chemical factory regulated by hormones, and the CEO of that factory is a hormone called insulin. If you trigger insulin too often or too high, the factory shuts down the fat-burning department and goes into storage mode. The tragedy is that many of you are waking up and immediately firing that storage signal because of foods that have been cleverly marketed to you as heart-healthy or organic. The first fake health food is one that is sitting in almost every healthy pantry in the country: instant heart-healthy oatmeal. You see the heart symbol on the box, you see the word fiber, and you think you're doing your arteries a favor. But here is what they aren't showing you on the front of the package. When you take an oat and process it into an instant form, you are essentially pre-digesting the carbohydrate. You've removed the bran, you've pulverized the germ, and you've left behind a highly refined starch that hits your bloodstream faster than a candy bar. In fact, if you look at the glycemic index, which measures how fast a food spikes your blood sugar, instant oatmeal is often higher than table sugar. Think about that for a second. You sit down to a bowl of what you think is a slow burn fuel, but within minutes, your blood glucose levels skyrocket. Your pancreas senses the danger because high blood sugar is toxic to your brain and your vessels, and it pumps out a massive surge of insulin to mop up the mess. But because there's no fat or significant protein to slow it down, your blood sugar crashes an hour later. This is why you feel hangry or tired by 10 a.m. You aren't lacking willpower. You are a victim of a metabolic roller coaster that you started at 7 a.m. And if you're finding this explanation helpful so far, hit that like button right now. It helps the algorithm show this to someone else who might be struggling with mid-morning fatigue and doesn't know why. But it gets worse. Many people try to improve that oatmeal by adding the second fake health food on my list: commercial agave nectar. It's marketed as a low glycemic alternative to sugar. It's organic, it's natural, it's from a plant. How could it be bad? Here is the metabolic trap. While agave doesn't spike your blood glucose immediately like white sugar does, it is nearly 90% fructose. Fructose is a very unique and dangerous sugar because, unlike glucose, which every cell in your body can use for energy, fructose can only be processed by one organ, your liver. When you pour agave on your breakfast or find it in your healthy morning smoothie, you are essentially handing your liver a massive chemical burden. It's the same biological process as drinking alcohol. Your liver can't turn that fructose into immediate energy, so it does the only thing it can: it turns it into fat. This leads to something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. As your liver becomes marbled with fat, it becomes resistant to insulin. Now, your body has to produce even more insulin to get the same job done. And as we established, high insulin equals zero fat burning. You are literally marinating your liver in fat while thinking you're being healthy. If you've been using agave or natural syrups and noticed you can't lose weight around your midsection, drop a yes in the comments so I know we're on the right track here. This is a common trap, and you are not alone. This leads us to the third and perhaps most controversial fake health food: the morning fruit juice. Whether it's freshly squeezed, organic, or no sugar added, juice is essentially sugar water with the soul removed. When you eat a whole orange, you are getting the fiber, the pulp, and the cellular structure that slows down the absorption of the fruit sugar. The fiber acts like a buffer, protecting your liver and your pancreas. But when you strip that fiber away to make juice, you are consuming the sugar of 4 or 5 oranges in about 30 seconds. There is no buffer anymore. That concentrated fructose hits your system with the speed of a freight train. Within minutes, your metabolism is forced to stop everything it's doing, including burning body fat, to deal with this massive influx of sugar. And for those of you with children, giving them apple juice or orange juice in the morning is setting their metabolic thermostats to storage before they even get to school. It creates a cycle of cravings that lasts the entire day. What's truly frustrating is that the government and major health organizations still promote these foods on the food pyramid or as part of a balanced breakfast. But they are ignoring the underlying biochemistry of insulin. If you want to fix your metabolism, you have to stop looking at calories and start looking at what those calories are doing to your hormones. Now, you might be wondering, Dr. Berg, if I can't have oatmeal, juice, or agave, what on earth am I supposed to eat? This is where the real transformation begins. The goal of a metabolic morning is to keep insulin as low as possible. When insulin is low, your body is forced to tap into its own fat reserves for energy. This is how you achieve mental clarity, stable moods, and effortless weight loss. Instead of starting with refined carbs, you want to start with high-quality fats and proteins. Think about pastured eggs, avocado, or even just skipping breakfast altogether, a practice known as intermittent fasting. When you skip that morning meal, you extend the fat-burning window that started while you were asleep. You aren't starving yourself. You are finally letting your body eat its own stored fuel. What happens next is the part nobody talks about. Once you break the cycle of these 3 fake health foods, your brain starts to change. Those 900 genes in your brain that are negatively affected by high fructose start to stabilize. Your brain fog lifts. Your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, actually start working again, so you feel full when you're supposed to, and hungry only when you truly need fuel. But I want to warn you, the first few days of making this switch can be a challenge. Your body has been addicted to that morning sugar spike for years, maybe decades. You might feel a bit tired or irritable as your cells relearn how to burn fat. This is why it's so important to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for the specific recipes and mineral balances I recommend to make this transition easy. You need things like potassium and magnesium to help your cells become sensitive to insulin again. If you're committed to making this change, I want you to hit that like button right now as a digital handshake with me. We are going to fix this together. Think about the long-term cost of ignoring this. Every morning you consume these metabolic saboteurs, you're adding another brick to the wall of insulin resistance. You're increasing your risk of inflammation, heart issues, and cognitive decline. But the moment you swap that oatmeal for something that doesn't spike insulin, you start tearing that wall down. You start healing the liver. You start giving your pancreas a much-needed rest. And let's be clear, the food industry does not want you to know this. They want you to keep buying the low-fat yogurt that is packed with hidden sugar. They want you to keep buying the whole wheat bread that spikes your sugar higher than a candy bar. They want you to stay in a state of constant hunger because hungry people buy more food. Your health is your responsibility, and it starts with the very first thing you put in your mouth after you wake up. I've seen thousands of people transform their lives just by changing this one window of time, the morning. They report that their skin clears up, their joints stop aching, and for the first time in years, they have the energy to play with their kids or grandkids. It's not a miracle, it's just biology. It's giving the body what it actually needs instead of what a marketing department told you it needs. If this is making sense to you, drop a metabolic in the comments again, especially if you joined us late. I want to see a community of people who are ready to stop being lied to by the health food labels. As we move forward, remember that your liver is the most resilient organ you have, but it needs your help. It needs you to stop the fructose bombardment. It needs you to provide it with the nutrients found in cruciferous vegetables and healthy fats. And it needs time. This isn't a 7-day detox scam. This is a lifelong shift in how you view fuel. What you do tomorrow morning will dictate your energy for the next 24 hours. Will you choose the fake health food that locks your fat cells shut, or will you choose the metabolic fuel that sets you free? The choice seems simple when you understand the science, but it takes courage to go against the status quo. I want to thank you for sticking with me through this deep dive. Most people don't have the attention span to learn the why behind their health, but you do. And that is why you are going to succeed where others fail. You now have the secret formula for a metabolic morning. Before I go, make sure you've liked this video and subscribed with notifications turned on. I have a lot more to share about how to reverse the damage from years of high-carb eating, including a specific mineral trick that can kill your sugar cravings in under 48 hours. You don't want to miss that. Now I want you to take action. Go to your pantry, look at the labels of your morning foods, and if you see agave, instant oats, or concentrated juice, I want you to seriously consider their place in your journey. Your metabolism is waiting to be unlocked. Join the thousands of us who are improving our health daily by choosing truth over marketing. Type "I'm ready" in the comments if you're taking the challenge starting tomorrow morning. I'm Dr. Eric Berg, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about the one mineral that 80% of people are missing, which is the real key to ending insulin resistance forever. See you then.